It's been a while since I played a really good video game that is not only mechanically engaging and visually memorable, but also deeply embedded with the passion of its developers. Well, Dave the Diver is exactly that. It was released a while ago, back in June of this year. So, if you haven't played this game and are looking for something to play during the holidays, well, this video is for you, friend. You could call it somewhat an RPG game, but mixed up with adventure and casual 2D platforming. What's up, guys? It's me, Mr. Sass. Today on Unwise Review, we're going to talk about Dave the Diver. Well, without further ado, let's get to it. Let's talk about the gameplay first. At the surface, Dave the Diver reminds me a lot of casual sim games like Terraria or a mobile arcade game like Diner Dash, but without its nasty microtransactions. Yet deep down, it's something else. Not really groundbreaking or anything, but the combination of exploration, RPG elements, adventure, management, arcade, and a simple combat system is something we really love here. The gameplay loop is basically divided into two parts: exploration and adventure, which you do during the day and afternoon. And then the management arcade gameplay rush, like Diner Dash, occurs during the evening. While exploring the sea during the daytime, you can hunt fish and various ingredients for your restaurant, hunt treasure for weapon and equipment upgrades, and encounter interesting situations, which mostly related to the main story. Contrary to my initial belief when I played it, the sea levels are not procedurally generated. Sure, it has some variations each time you go down there, but the chest location, the enemy spawn, all are predefined. By the 10th time I go down there, I feel like I already know my way around. But don't worry, the game has a lot of side activities and surprises to keep you engaged. As simple as it seems or feels, the game keeps you engaged with things to keep in mind, like managing your oxygen, what weapons and equipment you want to bring with you, and of course the inventory management system. This game really compels you to think about what you haul. Are you planning to make more money later tonight by hauling these parrotfish and sharks? Or are you planning to upgrade your equipment later by bringing scrap metal, wood, glass, and schematics? And when it comes to the challenge, the sea level is not only rich in resources and mysteries, but also lurking with some dangerous fish like sharks and even something bigger than that. Although it's not Subnautica, when you start to upgrade your diving equipment and venture further down below, you can't help but feel the sense of survival perfectly injected into this game. The sea is getting dark, and more dangerous creatures are waiting for you around every corner. After completing your hunt, you can return to your boat in two ways: swimming manually to the surface or finding a quick escape pod, which is only available in certain locations. The game lets you dive twice. First in the morning and again in the afternoon. However, the location will change a bit, and any temporary buff you gained from the previous run will be gone unless you craft it with your schematic. Now, after finishing diving, the game's time takes you to the second phase, nighttime. During the night, you'll help your co-worker, the chef named Bancho, to run the restaurant. Things like hiring staff, researching new menu items, decorating the restaurant, delivering food to customers' tables, pouring them some ocha tea, cleaning up the dishes, and so on. Both day and night offer you a different form of gameplay, activities, and their own challenges to overcome. Honestly, I really love every second of it. Think of it like a gameplay mechanic from Need for Speed Heat or Unbound. But instead of high-stakes racing, during the night, it's your turn to sell what you got during the day for money. Yeah, the gameplay feels like Diner Dash during this phase. Only it's simplified because you don't have to cook off the meal or anything like that. Yet the way they presented this part is really good and creates a whole experience when you continue your game during the day. In short, each part of the gameplay is fairly simple, but perfectly combined into each other part. Now, thinking about it, if this game is only about exploring and upgrading your equipment or just managing the restaurant, I don't think the whole gameplay experience would be as good as this. Mint Rocket, you guys are geniuses. Hats off to you. Okay, some people prefer visually realistic or at least 3D graphics over 2D. Fine, that's your preference. But this game combines both 3D, even if only in some parts, and gorgeously pixelated 2D graphics. The art direction is stunning. You don't need to have an RTX graphics card to appreciate the beauty envisioned by the art director. Combined with clever Easter eggs and comical jokes borrowed from anime or manga styles. Man, this game's art presentation is really something. And at some point while playing this game, I was wondering, why didn't we have a game like this in the 90s? This game feels like the lost treasure of 90s gaming. My only minor complaint regarding the art direction is how cluttered and full your user interface is during the night. Well, yeah. At first, it could be a bit overwhelming, but along the way, you'll get used to it. To sum it up, Dave the Diver perfectly executes the 2D pixelated art where many have tried and failed. It's not trying to immerse you with realistic graphics, fancy visual effects, or even top-notch voiceover. No, nothing like that. It's simple and engaging gameplay, presented with nostalgic and beautiful retro pixel art. That's Dave the Diver in a nutshell. Now, let's talk about the game narrative. From the first 5 minutes, you are presented with a simple but compelling narrative, which only gets better when the game reveals its mechanics to you one by one as you progress further. Dave is a diver who is just chilling on his vacation, and suddenly he gets a phone call from a friend of his named Cobra. The story begins, and so does the game. While reviewing this game, of course, we haven't finished the main story, but based on the premise shown by this game, its compelling art direction, the mysterious bits here and there, and the fun gameplay, I think it's safe to assume that even if the story is revealed to be somewhat cliché, I wouldn't mind. The voiceover is a bit lacking, sure, but that's really negligible. For a guy who lived through the voiceless gaming era, this game is just perfect. To be frank, I'd choose a voiceless game over a cheaply produced voiceover game any day, because the lack of voiceover in this game is traded with a colorful variety of characters that come across you throughout the game. The way the game presents them is very genuine and hilariously good. It's like watching your favorite anime game from the 80s or 90s eras. Personally, for me, it's somewhat like watching Cowboy Bebop. We have a guy like Cobra, your friend and boss with his sunglasses and his you-can-do attitude. Then there's Bancho, a very skillful sushi master, but also very sassy, regarding everything related to food with passion and honor. And let's not forget about this guy, which clearly an Easter egg to Ash from Pokémon, introducing you to the world of fish to catch. There's a guy who sells you weapons, a very straight-to-the-point scientist girl, and many more. All of them are presented to you as part of the main story unfolding. Each character only strengthens the narrative presentation at every step, and it's all done impressively without the use of voiceover. Well, in short, the characters in this game are well-designed and can immerse you with their personas, charms, and art style. So, even without voiceover, they can still impress you with the way they are presented and leave you craving for more of the game's story. While not revolutionizing a certain genre or redefining any of it, Dave the Diver is really trying its best to offer something you haven't experienced before. And oh boy, they really nailed it. The perfect mix of exploration, RPG elements, simulation, management, and arcade is perfectly blended into a simple yet complex game I won't forget anytime soon. With a unique and captivating concept such as this, I don't see myself stopping playing this game anytime soon. Even while reviewing this game, most of us here are barely making it through the second chapter. It feels like Harvest Moon all over again, where you can opt for different approaches in gameplay while at the same time being pampered by blissful chill music and beautiful retro visuals. Mint Rocket really developed this game with their passion, and it's really shown. From the simple yet addictive gameplay formula, well-art presentation, balanced mix of various game genres, and compelling narrative, this game is simply a must-play for any person who claims themselves as a true gamer. There you have it, guys. Dave the Diver. Did we miss anything, or maybe you have your own opinion regarding this game? Leave us a comment, let us know what you think. If you enjoyed this kind of video, please hit the like button and don't forget to enable notifications. If you haven't subscribed yet, doing so would be a great help for us in growing this channel. Have a nice day, and thank you for watching.